Have you ever heard about Asgardia? Raise your hands.
I'm sorry. What is Asgardia?
Don't raise That's a good question. So, to understand a little bit more about Asgardia, we will have here with us a guest. Please. So I was looking for you. Thanks. Please. Maybe stand here.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Igor Ashurbeyli, and I'm special representative of the head of nation, Dr. Igor Ashurbeyli. I'm happy to welcome you on behalf of the space nation Asgardia. Asgardia is the first space nation in humanity's history, created at the end of 2016. The population of Asgardia as of today exceeds 1 million Earthlings, who reside in more than 200 countries all over the globe. Asgardia's motto is One Humanity, One Unity. Asgardia's main mission is the birth of the first human in space. Such an event will be symbolic of humanity's eternal existence. To reach this goal, we must solve three main problems. First one is to achieve recognition of Asgardia as a full-fledged independent nation. Second, to solve the issues of artificial gravity, protection from cosmic radiation, and building a space ark. And the third is to build an effective economic system of Asgardia. Leon Shpilsky, who is present here, is Asgardia's Minister of Finance. Will address the third component, our economic system. Thank you for your attention, and now the word goes to Mr. Shpilsky. Thank you.
Thanks. You see, so a very different point of view also in our discussion. It's important to have, from an intellectual point of view, also different inputs on that. Please, Leon.
It's a very different point of view. Hi, I'm Leon Shpilsky. I'm Minister of Finance of Asgardia, the first space nation. And it's a pleasure for me to be here today, and thank you all for coming. As Minister of Finance, I would try to limit my discussion to economics and financial aspect of our nation. But of course, I realize that a lot of people are interested in many other aspects. But today, at least my points are going to be limited to economics and finances. Our nation is the only nation in the world that I know of that is based on networking of people who are conducting or trying to conduct business exclusively in digital economy. It is, in a sense, a society of people who are interested in space, but who at the same time realize that they live here on Earth and need to create a new environment for conducting of commercial transactions and business in general. Realizing that our parliament actually, in the beginning of this year, enacted the Act of National Currency and Basic Economic Principles of Asgardia as a nation. And the basic principles are that we will have our own currency. It's going to be called solar. This currency will be supplied only through the will of citizens of Asgardia. So government is not going to control supply of money. Also, most profits from dividends that our government will receive from its commercial activities and its subsidiary companies will be distributed to citizens of Asgardia. And the emissions of currency will be based strictly on market demand. So there will not be any currency issued unless it is required for actual commercial transactions. Second decree that our parliament passed on economic front was 2019 budget. So as a real nation, we have a real budget. On the revenue side, we're going to be collecting revenue from citizenship fees of €100 per year. We will also implement a tax system which will tax revenues of businesses and business transactions registered in Asgardia, but we will never double tax profits. So if a company is registered in Asgardia but pays tax somewhere else, we will not tax the same profit. We will also collect some commissions on transactions conducted in business transactions conducted in Asgardia, and also on exchanges of currency of our solars into convertible currencies, which we have now 12, which were also democratically selected by our citizens. So it's the most popular currencies among our citizens that will be exchangeable into solars and vice versa. A major portion of our revenue is going to come from global infrastructural projects that we will be involved in, and those projects will be mostly conducted by a company called Asgardia AG, which is going to be the main commercial and investment vehicle of our government, and I will talk about Asgardia AG a little bit later. Now, on the expenditure side of our budget, just a few comments. I would like to underscore that as a digital country, we will not need to spend a lot of money on infrastructure such as roads, military, defense, agricultural complexes, security of our borders, and so that should allow us to invest most of our revenues into creation of digital economy and the economy that is exclusively focused on development of space industry and on exploration of space. Now, a few words about Asgardia AG, and I'd like to move to. So this is the structure of our commercial side. Asgardia AG is in the middle, and the first 7 million citizens of Asgardia as a nation will be allowed, they will be called first wave, and they will be allowed to pay 1,000 euro for the issuance of citizenship certificate, which will in itself be a tradable financial instrument. And also they will receive a passport for this fee. But it will also allow the nation to collect 7 billion euros into its coffins, which it will spend on buying shares of Asgardia AG. Asgardia AG is a company that is based in Vienna. It is a regular corporation, and so we plan to capitalize it with 15 billion euros, and it will be done through issuance of common shares with planned nominal value of 1,000 euro per share. So the first 7 million citizens of Asgardia will be called privileged level number 2 shareholders of Asgardia AG, because they will receive dividends from Asgardia AG through their holding that they will hold through the nation, not directly. And 1 million of those citizens will be privileged number 1 shareholders in AG, because they will also receive options to buy shares of Asgardia AG directly for 1,000 euro a share, and therefore they will receive, in addition to receiving dividends through Asgardia as a nation, they will also receive dividends from Asgardia AG directly. Now, we will also have investors. There will be 7 major investors. Minimum ticket will be 1 billion euros per ticket. Those investors could invest as individuals or as groups, and they will, of course, receive common shares. This will be the highest level of ownership in Asgardia AG. And in addition to common shares, they will also receive, each one of them or their representatives, a seat on Supreme Space Council, where, in addition to those investors, the head of nation will be leading this Supreme Space Council, and also the heads of all of our branches of government will be present there.
Leon, last point.
Last point, next slide. Just an example of global infrastructure project of Asgardia AG that I was talking about. We have plans to launch 10,000 satellites into space within 3 to 5 years. The main purpose of these satellites would be to establish a global communication network which will work without using radio frequencies on Earth, and that is based strictly on IP that belongs to our nation, and which allows transmission of data, video, and voice communication through optical channels. So that's an example of a big.
So now you know a little bit more about Asgardia. Very direct question: are you going to apply for to become member of WTO?
In our our constitution states that we are to work with every international organization on Earth. So it is our intent to actually work very closely with WTO, United Nations, and all other organizations. So we realize that we're still here, and so this is important for us, but individual agencies will be subject to additional discussions by our parliament and government.
Very important goals. Thank you.